this is the all knit row. So this one is switch to DPNs on this row and leave, I should have left 6. Oh, no, that'll work. That'll work. Leave 5. Leave 5 after stitch marker. Whatever I do, I should leave 5 after the stitch marker. One, two, three. Hold on. I'm doing a thing. Do I have 1 too many on here? I don't. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, right? Knit 3 and knit 2 together. Frackadoodle. Alright, there we go with that one. Yes, that's the one with the, okay, so he's the one with the guitar. Maybe I can get him a book. His cousin who bought the car, he might get lessons. Oh, nice. You're clacking away too, come in. See, if I was working on my own, I wouldn't have this here. This is just to give you guys a neutral background. If I was, you know, this is just on my lap, so here, this is my leg. If I was just sitting here knitting on, you know, by myself, I would just be knitting without this here, and it wouldn't be clacking on my lap, obviously. But I don't like showing my legs on stream. You guys don't need to see anything from the shoulders down. You can just deal with this part. You put hardwood in the bathroom nicer on the feet than cold tile. Don't you worry. I mean, is that a full bath or is that a half bath, old curmudgeons? Because I have to wipe up every little drop of water, you know? Like, our kitchen has it too. That's where I really regret putting it in the kitchen. You can put an area rug down in a living room, you know, that kind of thing. But in the kitchen, you're just kind of, you know, whatever spills, you got to get it off the floor immediately. You posted a couple pics. Okay, I'll pull up that in just a moment. All the years you took music, he got meh grades. Oh no. Oh, if you have to switch classes? Oh no. Full bath. No. We're definitely always pants on. Always. Wow, that actually looks awesome. That's vinyl? Holy crap. That does not look like vinyl. That looks amazing. Brass, not... Oh, okay, saucy. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that was... Especially that, the way the light is hitting that. Damn, that turned out great, Heather. Good job. Seriously, are you gonna do anything with molding? I can't tell. I could probably open it up. Are you gonna do anything with molding around the side or get somebody to do that? Or are you just gonna leave it? Are you just like, that's enough, man, I put the frickin' floor in, what do you want? Which I don't blame you, whatever you decide to do. Cotton Candy, give me 1 sec and I will read that question. Alright, so that was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, how much is your yarn going to shrink? It's a mix of 80 acrylic and 20% wool. Is that considered something you can put in the washing machine, Cotton Candy? chances are it won't shrink. Wood is way more resilient than people give it. Possibly. You have to take care of it. You know, vinyl is a lot more, it takes a lot more abuse. Even ceramic tile takes a little more. Like if you spill something on ceramic, yeah, you gotta wipe up like spaghetti sauce or something. That's gonna stain. But if you drop water on stuff, a lot of the times it doesn't matter. But I flip out every time we spill something in the kitchen. The laminate floor now looks like real. I know. That's a lot different than it used to. I mean, like, Pargo has always looked okay, but if Heather hadn't told me that that's vinyl, I would have thought that was hardwood. It really looks good. You're putting baseboards. Good for you. Damn, Heather, you are doing great with this. With the acrylic, it won't shrink much, if at all. Okay, well, these folks know, because I don't work with wool as much, but that's good. So it says on the label to hand wash and lay flat to dry. Yeah, so you definitely don't want to put it in the dryer. It chips or cracks. Hence, in the spring, the tile is coming out of the bathroom. See, we have vinyl in ours, old curmudgeons. So I don't have tile floors. I think my parents have actual ceramic in their house. But yeah, if you put ceramic in like a kitchen, if you drop something heavy enough on it, it will either crack or it'll chip. You're right. They all have their drawbacks. Contractor has to come in and do the room we are staying in. Oh dear. So if you're not drying it, it's not going to shrink at all. Oh gosh, Heather. Do you not have heat? It beats the hell out of staying in the trailer, right? I mean, this time last year, it's been a year. It's been over a year, hasn't it? It was like November last year when this happened. Wool grows, but the high acrylic content, it'll stay the same size. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3. And the weird thing, Heather, I was reading last night in Queens, New York. They had a massive water main that burst. It was a sewer, though, I think, that burst and caused sewage backup into tons of houses. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't imagine. And it was the same thing we were talking about last week. Remember how they said, you know, like plumbers, a big day the next day after Thanksgiving is like a very busy day for plumbers. They were saying that this was likely caused by everybody pouring their turkey grease and stuff down the drains, and it causes a blockage, and then that backed up and caused a problem. December 13 will be 1 year. Okay, I know we were getting close. It was definitely around this time, Heather. You're sitting here going, when am I supposed to get something big enough to hand wash it? Well, you could, so, Cotton Candy Whisperer, if you have your own washing machine, you could still fill the washing machine and just kind of soak it in the washing machine and move it around yourself. Obviously, you want to use the right temperature water. You don't want to use hot water, right? Because hot, I think, is what felts. Though this is not. I mean, it's not like it's 100% wool. The acrylic is going to stop it from doing felting, I would think. And then you could spin it out. You know, you can just do a spin to drain the water and then just hang it up to dry. I know, Heather, I was like, people were talking about their entire basements were filled with sewage, and I was just like, oh my God, I cannot imagine. It is awful. Fat bird. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, old curmudgeons. I know, it was good to see you, Heather. Good luck with everything. You're damn well almost done. You're definitely getting there. But thank you again for your sub. I hope you guys had an okay Thanksgiving. And I will see you again whenever you pop back into chat. But it was good to see you again. Don't hang it to dry. Downside of hanging knitted blankets is that they'll stretch out. Some people might not have a choice. Yeah, if you have a top loader, exactly. Freckle Fiber Works. That's what I was saying. You could swish it around manually. We have a top loader too. You had a great Thanksgiving. Oh, good. I'm glad. That's why I have a top loader, so I can soak things in there if I need to. Generally with hand wash stuff, I just soak it unless it has soiled spots. Yeah, I'll usually put it in with, if anything, like just a drop of detergent. I use fabric softener. Now granted, I don't know what you can use on wool. You guys know better than me. But I just put something in there to give it a scent, basically, and soften it a little bit, especially if it's acrylic, because some of those acrylics need to soften up a bit. Thanks, Heather. I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving. That's good. I'm glad you and Kaz are doing okay. People may not have the space, and a cool dry may work too. You might also, do you have an air setting? Can you, again, I don't know how this all works. Like, I have a dryer that has only air. So you can tumble it. There's no heat. Is that bad to do? And a cool dry may work too. We'll wash or small amount of shampoo. It might fuzz a little, but that'll happen, yeah. Because wool grows a little bit, right? Again, that's another reason, Cotton Candy, why I don't buy stuff with wool. I mean, even if I wasn't allergic to it, it's just that the specific maintenance of it, and all of them are a little bit different. You know, it depends on the content of the stuff that you have. Let's bring that guy over here. Oh, is that stitch? Oops, let's not do that. All right, so that was, what are we on, 3s? Yeah. 1, 2. So is this like a Lion brand or something, Cotton Candy? All right, that is the end of the 3s. So that was the knit 3s. I don't have an all knit row on this one. You bought the yarn because, oh, I totally get really pretty yarn. I totally know what you mean. With 80% acrylic, you're probably safe even if you machine wash and dry it. Heat and agitation will felt wool, but delicate cycles to most washers and dryers are light on both. That's true, especially if you have a really good delicate cycle. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. I'm actually shocked with that content that it says you have to hand wash it. When blocked out the shell you made for your sister, you took up the entire dining room table. Exactly. Exactly, Kim Man. It's a Karen cake. You're planning on putting it on a delicate cycle anyway. Yeah, otherwise you could just swish it hand-wise. You could just fill your washer. It depends if you have an old style top loader. Like I have a top loader, but it's the newer kind. So if you open the lid too long or some crap like that, it'll drain on its own. I have never tried just like filling it on my own when it's not in a cycle and seeing if it empties on its own. It shouldn't. Or you could unplug it and fill it and just agitate it on your own and then spin it out. Is woolite actually necessary? I always thought woolite was for, like, not for stuff truly made of wool. I thought it was just for very sensitive garments. Okay, I was right. Thank God. For once I knew something. It's just a brand name. Use Orvis paste for your wool socks and just regular detergent for your acrylics. This is actually a Grivix song. Let me do my great Grivix commercial here. If I can get it. Nope, I can't. I'm typing with one hand. This is not a good thing. Thank you. Thank you for shouting it out. Grivix is a friend of the broadcast and he lets me use his music during my streams, so I like to give him a shout out. You can either follow the link that just showed up in chat and that will go to his Twitch page, or you can look below my Twitch window. There's a panel that talks about all of the music I use, and there's a link there for Grivix's Bandcamp page. That's where you can actually sample his music or purchase and download his music. And I do believe he has a Christmas album or a holiday music album coming out soon. So there will be another album up there. Check mail time. Okay, Rogue. You've only ever used it on store-bought cashmere sweaters back in the 80s. I've used it for like bathing suits, stuff that you have to be super, super careful. If you feel like you have to use some kind of detergent. But it's, yeah, woolite is usually for store-made, machine-made stuff that you just have to use a very, very gentle detergent on. I don't use it for much of anything anymore because I don't have work clothes. You didn't want to mess it up. No, it's okay. Your washer is old. Oh, good. So I don't have a top to wash things in. Well, but if you have the old top loader, right, Cotton Candy? When you say it's old, it's the one that the lid opens up on the top. Like, you can fill it with water and detergent and just leave it, and it doesn't automatically drain and stuff like that. At Freckle Fiberworks, there is a washing machine that actually has a basin on the top of it so you can pre-soak. I think that's what we're talking about. Yeah, I had like a 2002-ish washing machine at the townhouse. It was all manual. There were no computers involved with it. So you could just soak things in it and it was fine. It didn't do anything. It didn't dump the water on you. You could leave it in there for a day if you wanted to. This one, if I fill it and I leave it, like I leave the lid open for 10 minutes, it will drain it because it thinks a child fell in. Side loaders are supposed to be easier on clothes. I will never buy a front-loading washing machine. Yeah. Absolutely will never own one. For that reason. It's why they had to come up with a top load, because people were like, I'm not buying a front loader if I can't soak in it. Not them personally, but do soaking. It has a lid that opens on top. Yeah. So cotton candy, if it's an older one, just fill it with liquid and put the blanket in there and just let it sit in the liquid. You can just move it around with your hand. You know, it can sit in the detergent water, and then when you're ready, when you feel it's soaked enough, you can probably do another you can drain it, just do a spin cycle and drain it. You can fill it with clean water and just, you know, rinse it out to the best of your ability, and then spin that out, and then you go hang it up. I don't care. Camera tool, I know. I am an asshole about washing machines. I that's where I draw my line. That is the hill I die on. You can have the front, you can have one. I don't care. Enjoy it. Love it. I don't care. If I could have kept my old beast of a machine, which Frage really didn't want me to bring, it would be here. I loved that machine. It was 16 years old and it did exactly what I said to do. This one, I hate it, but it's better than nothing. After all the stinky laundry loads that people closing the front door of the washer after load, forgetting you'll never buy another front loading high efficiency. Yeah, this is a high efficiency, but it's a top loader, and I leave the door open on it so that it airs the hell out. I know. If I could have held on to it, I think we were both just really afraid that it was gonna leak. And where it's placed in this house, that would be above the living room, and we couldn't. One, two, three. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, girl, did you do it wrong? Oh, girl November. Motherfucker. This is 1, 2, 1, 2. Language. Yeah, you guys missed the other one, right? When I said the a-hole, did anybody get that one? Well, now you did. Sometimes those words slip out of my mouth by accident. You only buy top load? If I read that one, our mudroom is a high traffic area and we have a top load so we're not smacking our knees. Yeah, my parents used to have a washing machine downstairs on the main level, and that's the way most houses were for a long time. They've started building them on the upstairs, which is convenient because this is where your laundry is. But it was nice having them downstairs because it was in a room where if it flooded, it probably wouldn't take out half your house. Probably cotton candy. I mean, most of the folks like Minerva and Freckled Fiberworks think that it would be okay on the gentle cycle. I know, I said the word, sorry. You need more coffee? No, I'm good. I think I've had a sufficient amount of coffee. I'm just, I can't mess this up. I can't mess this one up. Alright, that was knit 2. Alright, this one's gonna be a knit 1 and knit 2. Got trapped in conversation. That's okay. You recycled the drum from our old washer into a fire. Oh, how cool, Chem Man! The enameled steel has held up really well. Oh, that's so cool. So you're just using it as a fire pit? That's fantastic. You've never seen a top loader with a sanitary cycle that wasn't more dollars than the front loaders with the cycle. Oh, I don't know that this has a sanitary cycle. If you had to choose between hanging and a dryer, you'd choose dryer. You could also, Cotton Candy Whisper, you could put it in there for like half a cycle. You don't have to put it in for long if you want. Hanging is gonna stretch it. Well, it's also, where are you gonna hang it? I mean, it's a big blanket. So unless you're gonna hang it over like a banister or something, and then you have to worry the banister gets wet. Your washer and dryer's downstairs and you live downstairs, so it's fine. Yeah, if it was in the basement, that would be, well, I'd hate it. I'd hate to have to haul the laundry up 2 floors, but you'd never really have to think about it flooding or anything like that. Yeah, that'll be cool, Chem Man. I'd like to see that. Because Kiddo is how she is, you need the option for super hot and long. No, I can imagine. Alright, what am I doing here? I'm doing knit 1 and knit 2 together, right? So that's 1 and 2. Yeah, back to the washer thing, again, that is a total personal preference. Everybody has their reasons for why they buy what they buy. Some people have large families. Some people need ease of use. Some people need, you know, specific space requirements. Some people like the front loaders for mobility issues. So, I mean, it really depends on the person. If you can't stand and empty a washing machine from the top, a front loader is exactly what you need. So, I mean, it really depends on the person. But, yeah, for me, if we're talking about, like, water consumption or whatever, I'm still going to buy the top loader. I don't care if the front loaders use less water. That makes me a bad person. It makes me a bad person. Alright, this is knit 2 together all the way around. This is our last row on this one. Hey there, Christopher. Happy Monday. We'll let you guys know how it works. You hang your comforters on our bathroom. Oh, that's a good idea, Saucy. Especially because, yeah, you just need like an extremely hot, long, hot wash cycle. Knit 2. This one is knit 2. And all right. It looks like I finished one. Though for some reason I have one stitch left over. Was it a knit 1 and then knit 2 together? I'm not sure why I have that one stitch there. But we're all the way through. We're all the way through. So let me do this. I'm going to pull those all the way through. Let's do that. You know what? Let's put that one on. It's going to be easier on that one. I know I'm behind. Hold on. The delicate cycle on yours is garbage. I haven't used the delicate cycle on this one. I used it on my old machine, but this one I haven't. It ruins everything. Oh no. Like work clothes and stuff like that? Yeah, I don't think so either, Alley Cat. I mean, usually I'll hand wash something or I'll soak it and like squeeze it out myself. I don't know. I have very few delicate things. It's awful. I have no refined taste, guys. I live in t-shirts, so I don't have a lot of delicate stuff. You could care less what kind of washing machine you get as long as you have one. Ideological purity is impossible, so make the best choices you can, knowing that some will be more responsive. Yep. As long as we're making it exactly. I'm not throwing my bottles and cans out the window, Alley Cat, and you know, I'm cognizant of other things, and I have a car with an ecosystem. The washing machine is gonna be where I am bad to the earth, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm definitely not losing sleep over it. You bought your top loader, Whirlpool, high efficiency. Was bought for capacity also. Yeah, this one's definitely bigger than the other one, but this one uses less water. Like, it won't... What it considers to be adequate water, to me, is the level of water that ruins clothing. Frage doesn't agree with me. We differ wildly on this opinion. But I have opened the washer and been like, where's the water? You know, and the washer is like, oh, this is the correct amount of water. And I'm like, for what? For a puddle? I don't understand. It can do, yeah, mine is enormous and can do king size sheets and stuff like that. I have put a king size duvet cover. I haven't put a comforter, like something with actual batting inside of it, inside there, but it can handle lots of sheets and stuff. My old one didn't handle a lot of that. Oh no, freckled fiberworks. Yep, I have too, Minerva. If it's all dry clean, I very, very rarely buy anything that